This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
This morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It's Thursday, the 21st of September, 2023, and you're on the clock with Erin Greene. On the clock, we engage organizations, institutions, social and cultural leaders, and ordinary people to better understand the impact of public policy, private sector development, and emerging social and consumer trends. On the clock, we have conversations that help us understand and navigate a rapidly changing Bahamas. Good morning, everyone. It's a Culture Thursday, and I have got some guests in studio with me today, and we're talking Greek life culture. We have representatives from the Eta Psi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated in the Bahamas. And we're going to be talking about their 60th anniversary and their slate of events. And while I have them in studio, I want to have a conversation about how sorority life can drive, reinforce, and sustain a culture of appreciation for education. And we can talk about some of the good things, like all of the good things that Alpha Kappa Alpha, the Eta Psi Omega chapter, and sororities and fraternities are doing in the country. Producer, do me a favor, play that song. Don't watch nothing. So guys, we don't have an on-the-clock sand dollar trivia giveaway today. I think we're going to pick that back up on Monday. But I've got some trivia questions for you. Producer, play that song for me. It's a Culture Thursday. So I sneaking in some music on this Culture Thursday. Look here, after yesterday's show, I want to take a pause from talking politics. We're going to pick that back up, I think maybe tomorrow or the day after. Play the first song on the list for me, Mr. Producer. See, people, we need theme music, right? Everybody, before you get up out of your bed, you can start playing it. When you get out of your bed, you need to hear your theme music playing in your head. So I want you all to check out this song by D the Entertainer. Told You I Was Coming.
Told you I was coming in the drop top. Told you I was coming non-stop. Told you I was coming with my big dreams. Told you I was coming on the mainstream. Told you I was coming trying to prove with the best of the best, baby, that's just what I do. Told you I was coming with the thick chicks. Eat the pasta, baby, you can know the breadsticks. Told you I was coming with the big boys. Told you I was coming with the big toys. Told you I was coming with the military. Told you I was coming, now you looking scary. Told you I was coming for the big stage. Told you I was coming, now I'm here to stay. Told you I was coming with the Bugatti, the Annie, and the hooker in the backseat, baby. Told you I was coming. You thought I was fronting.
Thank you, producer. Let's cut it right there. There you go, there you go. That's Told You I Was Coming by D the Entertainer. Let me tell you why I played that song. I have a relationship with Eta Psi Omega chapter, Alpha Kappa Alpha. When I was but a young teen, When my name was Bernadette, not Erin, I was selected as a Female Student of the Year, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Honors Program, right? And I think if I can remember, it's about 60 years ago. I was there on Charter Day. I think I received a scholarship to go to COB, which was a big boost. And that song, right? Like I could remember, that's how I felt, right? In that moment when I selected and a part of that space. And I feel like sorority life for a lot of women is a space of empowerment, right? Just like that theme song. A space where women tell themselves and each other, I know you was coming. And in fact, a space where women say, I know you was coming, that's why I made a space for you. Yeah. So we can play some more music throughout the show, but let me start by introducing my guests from Eta Psi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Joining me in studio is Ms. Tira Hannah Sweeting, and then we have some guests in the Zoom room, and they're going to introduce themselves in a moment. Good morning, Ms. Hannah Sweeting.
Good morning, Erin. Good morning, Bahamas. Thank you very much for allowing us to come on the show this morning to talk about the wonderful things that's happening with us this month, this week, today in particular.
Oh, something happening today.
Today is the day, Erin.
Today is Charter Day.
Today is our Charter Day, yes.
Awesome.
We are 60 years strong in the Bahamas from 1963 until now. And we are so excited. Listen, we have been planning this milestone. Like the Bahamas are the road to 50. Well, we are the road to 60 this year. And we've done awesome stuff throughout the year. This week is our culmination of all the planning for the last year.
Yes.
And, today is our Charter Day. We thank Muriel Enos, Dolores Smith, Shirley Vanderpool, and Donna Donaldson. They were the 4 pioneers who brought Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated to the Bahamas. They were all members, having been initiated while they were in university. And they all went, except Dolores, went to Fisk University.
Okay.
And they were married to all Bahamian men, doctors, 3 doctors and 1 engineer.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, so say the date again, the founding date, 60 years ago.
Today is September 21st,
Yes.
1963. We were chartered.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's 60 years, right, of a commitment to education and a commitment to ensuring that young women in particular can access tertiary and advanced education beyond what was necessarily available at the time. This is a part of a culture of appreciation for education, and taking that big step of being the first 4 to found in the Bahamas, right, is a signal of how important education was and ensuring access to education was at that time.
Yeah, so in 1963, which was the actual chartering, but most of those women were already in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Muriel Enos was the first member that we know of, and she was here by herself for 15 years before Dolores Smith came to the Bahamas.
Okay.
And then we had our other 2 charter members who came to the Bahamas. And when they all, back then in the day, we were the Bahamas, but we weren't as big as we are now. So people knew each other, and they found out that they were all members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority and formed that bond. And from that bond and that friendship, then it was like, well, hey, we're here. We love Alpha Kappa Alpha. We're about service to all mankind, which is our motto. And why can't we do it here in the Bahamas?
Yes.
And so the idea was birthed to start a chapter here. And they petitioned. And look, 60 years later, we are here.
Yes.
So one of the things that our history has taught us too, is that back in the 60s, the emphasis was more on sending our young men to universities to be educated and not the women. So again, that was a part of what they thought that they needed to do to get our young women more educated, sent to university to start schools, to start a career,
The beginning of a real Bahamianization process. Let's educate Bahamian women to fill these roles in their own country.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Now, I got a whole bunch of questions like, do I need to be in a university to join, do I need to be currently in my program to join a sorority? But let's not get too far ahead. I know we have guests in the Zoom room. I want to ask our guests, good morning. Could you please, Ms. Hannah Sweeting, will you introduce the guests in the Zoom room, please?
Yes, thank you. I would like to first introduce our second vice president, who is responsible for our Honors Day program.
All right.
And also our service program. She is Miss Gabrielle Conliffe. She became a member here in Nassau, Bahamas through the university and Tanu chapter. And so we're excited to have her on board. She is a great asset, not only to us, the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, but also to the Bahamas. When you talk about a rising star, and listen here, our organization is made up of many rising stars. Our stars in our chapter make the night light up. We twinkle. And our motto this year, internationally, is that we're soaring to greater heights. So as the sorority soars, our lights are twinkling, our stars are twinkling. So we have Gabrielle Conliffe.
Let me touch two of those lights.
Okay.
I was doing my own research. I want to say congratulations to Melissa Hanna, who was appointed to the International Regions Protocol Committee.
Yes.
And congratulations to Iandra Smith-Bryan,
Yes.
who was appointed to the International Region. She is an international region liaison to the members-only Federal Credit Union.
Yes.
Look at so we can get back to credit union.
Credit union. Alpha Kappa, let me just touch on it. I don't have all the facts on it.
Yeah.
But Alpha Kappa Alpha is the first Greek letter organization to form its own credit union. It's a members-only credit union. So that is starting, and it's starting to come about. So Melissa and Iandra are our two newest appointees to international and regional appointments. But we have other members here in NASA who have already been appointed to other committees as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have Ramona Wells, we have Presley McPhee, and you're trying to get my brain to get the cobwebs out, but I'm going to get those names back to you as we continue.
Yes.
Right.
Is there anyone else in the Zoom room?
Yes. So we also have Theomonique Nottage. You talk about a rising star. Man, she's shining bright like the diamond. So our theme is shining bright like a diamond. So I want to welcome Theomonique. Theomonique is the chair for our anniversary historical booklet. Like she told me, it's a coffee table piece.
Nice.
It's not something you pick up at a banquet, at a ball, and you put it down or throw it away. They have, I had a sneak peek at it yesterday, and let me tell you, Erin, they have done, her and her team have done a phenomenal, listen, I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. I'm gonna let her talk about it because I will start crying because the information and the layout, it is just awesome. Every member of Alpha Kappa Alpha would want a copy of it, and anybody else who want to know our history.
And so Alpha Kappa Alpha, through its chapters and its international body, they're modeling mechanisms, right? They are putting in place models within their entity that not only support the women in their entity, but be used by others for positive personal, professional, and collective community development.
Definitely. We're an organization that we believe in training, we believe in giving back, we believe in doing. And so we set a model that every chapter, when each administration comes, they have a program book. And the program book is so diverse that anywhere in the world that we have a chapter, something in there we can plant in our country. We can take it and tweak it to suit our needs as well. Yeah.
Can we jump into the Zoom room?
Sure.
Madam Historian, good morning.
I think, Theo, that's you.
Good morning, ma'am.
I think she is talking to me. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Very quickly, tell us, who are some of the names that we're going to see in this book that we may not have realized were a part of the Alpha Kappa Alpha family?
Well, there are so many sorors who are part of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated organization in the Bahamas. Our chapter has 85 members, but we've initiated over 100 members since 1963 to 2023, and there are hundreds of our members in the Bahamas. In the book, I want to highlight 3 names that are going to be surprising to some who are not in the organization, and those names are our honorary members.
Okay.
So some people may not know that we were the first international chapter to have an honorary member inducted in 1984, and that would have been with Dr. Kappa Marie Bethel.
Okay.
She's an honorary member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Wow.
We also have retired Justice Cheryl Aubrey. She's another one of our honorary members.
Yes, ma'am.
And we also have Allison Maynard Gibson, the first female King's Counsel. She's also an honorary member of our organization. And to give you a bit of context for that, honorary members are not limited to the local chapter, but those people are recommended to the sorority at an international level. And those women, based on their contribution to the law, to the arts, to education, were seen as people who should be inducted as honorary members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So they're recognized internationally for their contributions in the Bahamas.
Listen, you all call yourself a sorority, but you are a mechanism for personal and professional development, man. Every mother and father, guardian, caregiver should be looking out for opportunities like this. Now, do I have to be pledging to be a part of the sorority to be able to benefit from some of the activities you guys plan?
We don't pledge in Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority.
Okay.
We are initiated
Okay.
into this organization.
Lovely.
The days of pledging are long gone.
Okay.
Right? But to benefit from activities, we have activities that are open to the public, a lot of them, and then we have activities that are just for members only.
Okay.
To be a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, you have to be initiated on the undergrad level.
Okay.
So a 4-year institute as well. So, that's one of our mandates. We're not just AA. You have to have a bachelor's degree program that you're in, and you can be initiated through the undergraduate level.
Okay.
Or at the graduate level, again, you would have to have the minimum of a bachelor's degree with a C or above
Okay.
average. And then we do not hold open, they call it rushes. We do
Yeah.
not hold interest meetings. You're invited to be a part at the graduate level by one of the members in the organization, one of the financial members who are part of the chapter
Okay.
now. Yeah.
All right.
So it's not difficult to be a part of it. There are limitations as to how many and when we can do it, but it's definitely not difficult to be a part of our organization. And we welcome anybody. We have events that are, like I said, open to the public. If you want to come out and assist us in one of our projects that we're doing, our service projects, by all means, you're welcome to come out and assist the organization. It's all about helping each other. We help each other, and so we help the community.
Absolutely. I think, producer, let's go to a break. Play that second song on the list for me as we go to a break. Ladies, I got another song for y'all. I know this is a Bahamian female artist. I bet y'all haven't heard this version of this song before. We're going to a break, and as we go to the break, Gary the guitarist featuring Nishi LS, Loose Me.
waiting for the sun. Lost track of the days, man, look here, this ain't no fun. Cell phone in my left hand, TV on my right. My mouth extra dry, cause there ain't no rum inside. Longing for the days when I was wild and free. I'll do everything, will it not a care or worry. Now it's like I've joined the clan of HMP, but I ain't commit no crime, so please set me free. Loose me, let me go. I don't want to be inside no more. Loose me, let me go. This is killing me, that's for sure. So let me out, let me out, let me out, and let me out. Hey, loose me.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, De Gregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Want to reach your Grand Bahama customers? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Nassau Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Look at here. You got to put on your sculling clothes, cause we going in the bush. Bossman, grab that supper partner. Hey, 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 hey. If you see me on the dance floor, man, and kind on wild. Hey, sculling, moving, raking, scraping, man, to this beat.
Good morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're on the clock with Erin, Greene, and that was Erica Lightborn and the Extra Band. Blame it on the rake and scrape. I get my feet ready, Miss Hannah Sweeting, for the Diamond Jubilee. But before we get there, I've got a message for you from Guardian Radio. Calling all junior and senior high students. You could win a brand new iPad for the new school year. Enter the Play-Doh Alpha Design Essay Competition. All you have to do is write a strong and convincing essay on the topic, what does going digital mean to you? For junior high students, your word limit is 1,000 words. For senior high students, your word limit is 1,500 words. To enter, email your essay along with your name, school, and grade level, as well as your parents' contact information. Email alpha@playdohalpha.com by Friday, September the 22nd. That's tomorrow. The winners will be announced on Guardian Radio on September the 29th, next week Friday. The winner for each category walks away with a brand new iPad. It's the Play-Doh Alpha Essay Competition by Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Again, the email is alpha@platoalpha.com. Enter the Play-Doh Alpha Design Essay Competition. All right, we are back in studio. I had to rest my feet for a moment there. Good morning, Ms. Conliffe.
Good morning, Erin. Thank you for having us on the show today.
Absolutely. I'm excited to hear about the honors program and what's happened over the last 107 years since I was a part of it.
Well, it wasn't that long. This year, we were able to celebrate 45 years of Honors Day. And like Tira would have said, I am the chairperson for that. This year was our first year back face-to-face after having to go virtual due to the pandemic. We were able to bring those students from Inagua in the south and Abaco in the north all to Nassau. Had a weekend of wonderful events, and the young ladies really enjoyed that face-to-face interaction.
Yes.
This year we had, I was short of my 40 goal, but we were able to get 37 in this year.
Awesome. This is awesome. 37 students. Okay, so
Yes.
what were the scholarships, awards, and opportunities? What were the young women able to take advantage of, benefit from, and be a part of during this year's honors program?
So due to, wonderful corporate sponsors, members of our sorority, we had special prizes. We had a first time art award. We had a lot of students this year that were incredible fine artists, like budding, developing artists. We were able to have a STEM award sponsored by Broad Limited. We also were able to do our regular two awards, which would be the valedictorian and the salutatorian. They would be the top two performing students in our exam that we would sit, that they would sit on that Saturday, that weekend of events. And so they are awarded scholarships that are funded by the chapter. But we also this year had an addition of 2 full ride scholarships to Central State University.
What?
And 2 students were awarded the opportunity to have a college experience, an HBCU experience, and they are settled in their school in Wilberforce, Ohio at this moment.
Wow, this is excellent. This time, I run in my own STEM award program, at my Chickchani Institute. It's called Stealth Teeth Innovation and Maneuvering, and we offering a full ride scholarship to wherever Bamsi growing the mangoes and the avocados. I couldn't imagine that y'all could offer 2 full ride. This is awesome. Let's take a moment just to say thank you to everybody who donated, supported, and enabled your organization to provide these advantages, these gifts, these awards to the deserving young women. Again, just an example. These are the things that we should be talking about because you give young women and young men, because fraternities are doing the same thing, and sororities inspire men and fraternities inspire women as well. These are the opportunities that just need to be in the ether. They just need to be in the environment. If young people see that these things are available, right? Sometimes they don't even have to connect to your program. It's sufficient to drive them with greater urgency and agency towards their goals. This is amazing. So, I'm a parent or I'm a student and I'm looking forward to possibly being a part of this next year. What's the criteria for selection? Like, what should I be aiming for my school to select me as the top or the female student of the year?
So that is solely, I would not say solely, but we look for a well-rounded student. We allow the schools to pick the student of their choice, but we do ask for the top performing graduating female student, meaning that she would have the highest GPA as of the first term of the 12th grade.
Okay.
So that means she would have had to been performing from grade 10.
Right, so the focus is really 10th and 11th grade preparation. Okay.
Well, that's what the transcripts are normally based off for 12th grade.
Yes.
And so we just leave it in the hands of the school. We do ask for community service involvement, other extracurricular involvement as well. As we do have, special awards and prizes that they are able to win if they don't win the exam-based scholarship. But we want a well-rounded student. And so in these exams coming up, we just ask that the young ladies put their best foot forward, their focus. School just would have started. And so, if it takes those extra 2 points to get to the top, then that's what it takes.
I got you. Now, since you're testing all the students, I have a test for y'all Alpha Kappa Alpha ladies today. My Eta Mega chapter. Y'all ready for this question? This includes you, Miss Hannah Sweeting. What does the ivy leaf... I get nervous on tests. What does the ivy leaf mean in Alpha Kappa Alpha?
Dun, 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 dun. Anybody out there want to answer the question? I don't want to be the only person. Come on, ladies. The ivy leaf.
The ivy leaf symbolizes strength and endurance, and I think that is perfect for the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha because this sorority has endured for over 115 years, and this chapter has been here for over 60 years with the highs, the lows, and the in-betweens. We've done a lot in the Bahamian community, and we're happy to be here today to celebrate.
Oh man, absolutely. And Alpha Kappa Alpha is one of the Divine Nine, right? And that's the 9
Black Greek organizations that make up the Divine Nine.
So I imagine at the time that Alpha Kappa Alpha was chartered, there were the struggle, a multitude of issues. There's the race issue. I'm sure there's a class issue. There's the issue of sex. Should women be even seeking tertiary education and higher education?
Definitely. So when you look at the Black Greek organizations, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was the first Black Greek organization. They were founded in 1906.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was founded in 1908, January 15, 1908. And those members were one generation removed from slavery. So they were the first set of persons after slavery to have gone to university. And so the women there, again, just like our charter members here, our founding members came together, like-mindedness, to put an organization together as the first set of women out of slavery and city, to give back, start collaborating, start networking, start giving back, and start helping those who were not there yet.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We talk about a culture of appreciation for education, right? And an understanding why people push you to get educated. First of all, it was denied to you, and it was denied for a reason. And so you must get educated to combat whatever the reason is, right? Whatever it was that caused them to not want us to be educated, we don't care, but we're going to educate every single person, right? And this idea that, these things we learn, some of these things we learn in high school, we don't use them in the real world. But you can use them, and they're available to you to use them if you need them, right? And the question is, do you realize, can you acknowledge all of the tools that you have available to you, right? And education is one of those where you can gather as many tools as possible to help you on this journey. Now, I want to talk about the journey to the Diamond Jubilee. The date is, Madam, please let me...
It's September 23rd, which is this Saturday. It's going to be 2 days from now. We are here. We're not 3 days away. We're two days away.
I can't get ready because all the pink and green gone in the town. I'm sure y'all got it all.
I'm sure they heard we were coming, but I'm sure we did not buy it all out yet. So
Okay.
you may be able to catch a store
With some
that will
pink
have
and green.
something for you.
There you
Yes,
go.
definitely.
Is there a theme? Is there a color theme? I don't want to step into this place and be in the wrong colors. Is there a color theme for this event?
We did not specify a color theme
Yes.
for this event. But hey, if anybody know us, our favorite colors are pink and green.
Mm-hmm.
So I am sure there will be shades of pink and green interspersed with other colors as well.
All right,
But-
so tell us about what the event is. What can we expect at the event? Where will it be held?
So the event is a gala. We're just celebrating our 60th anniversary. It's not a banquet. It's not a come and sit down and listen to speeches and all of that. We're partying. We are celebrating. It will be held at Balmoral at 7 o'clock on Saturday evening, the 23rd. My chairperson said that tickets are all sold out.
Oh, I saw the banners all over social media.
They said it's all sold out. But if you think you want to come, call us. We may just be able to, I may step out the room so you could step in, because guess what? I've been a part of this organization more than 35 years. So I could celebrate every day, but we want to let our public, if you want to come in and celebrate with us to see who we are all about, I will give up my ticket for anybody who wants to come in and purchase a ticket.
But listen, I have a whole new business idea. Thank you, Alpha Kappa Alpha, for this idea. I renting myself out as a +1. I will put on heels and a dress and makeup. If you need a +1 to go to the Diamond Jubilee or any fancy event, this fancy event season, call Erin Greene, please.
That'll be a first, Erin. I can be right there with you. I can be your +1, so I could see it happen. But listen here, my sisters, if you have something to say, my sisters, please chime in. Don't wait to be invited. That's why I have you here. But listen, we are going to have a party.
Yes.
It ain't a party in the backyard, but we will party on Saturday night. We have one of our 2 living charter members who's still in the Bahamas, Dolores Smith.
Yes.
She will be out as well. We have past presidents of the organization who are coming. We have current members of the organization. Like Ms. Nordich said, we have 85 financial sources in this chapter.
Let me say good morning to Ms. Mavis Johnson Colley, a.k.a. member.
Yes.
From COB days.
Yes.
Good morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this can call in soon. But anyway, we have over 300 that we know of members in the Bahamas, right? And a lot of them have been in and out. Of course, membership has its privileges. Everybody is not on the same level as far as its finances. Sometimes when I don't want it, I can't, whatever, you know. But guess what? The one commonality we have is that we are sisters. Once you're an AK, you're always an AK. You don't have to be financial to be an AK. You are my sister in or out of being in the chapter. You're still my sister. You understand? And that is what sorority is. Sorority life is all about, is sisterhood.
Absolutely. Gabrielle and my historian, are y'all going to be honoring, will there be a space at the event to honor or recognize any particular members at the gala?
We are just, go ahead.
We have decided not to do that this time. At the 50th anniversary, we did honor several past presidents of the chapter.
Okay.
But this time, as we've made an effort to just focus on the celebration that we've made it 60 years in the Bahamas, continuous sisterhood, scholarship, and service. So we're celebrating the chapter and those who have contributed to the chapter, but not necessarily individually.
No problem, no problem. So that means it's going to be a dance party. Who is performing? Tell me, who is performing?
We can't give out all of our secrets. We still want our guests to come and be excited and have some type of anticipation for Saturday, but there are going to be a lot of surprises and a lot of excitement and fun and, again, celebration, because it's a big deal to make it to 60 years of continuous service for any organization, but especially for the Eta Psi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Yes, ma'am. I got to find a whole dress to go find out if y'all going to have the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Band at this gala. Ooh, it sounds like it's going to be sweet. Okay.
Yeah, all I was going to say, Erin, was like the young people say, it's going to be popping. We can be lit, that's right, on Saturday night.
You all come out to Balmoral Club and just to stand out, you know how with graduation you have the spectators? I want you all come check out these new, I hear Alpha Kappa Alpha have some convertible shoes, right? They come in with heels, and then when you sit, you press a button and you pop off the heels into your dancing shoes. I can be there to watch that. But most of all, you guys, you deserve celebration. You've done some big things as a part of this year's 60th Chartered Day and 60th anniversary celebrations. There was the church service of Thanksgiving at St. Anselm's Roman Catholic Church. Then there was the back to school backpack and school supply drive, which I think was a great initiative to support students before school starts. Make sure that they look proper like everybody else. Nobody need to know you needed a little support, because guess what? We all need a little support. Yes. And then there was, this is the one that I am most excited about, especially the significance of it, the Dolores Smith Serving Spoons of Love initiative. Could you tell us briefly about that?
So one of the things, like I said, we give back. And one of the things we like to do is to be able to feed people. Since the pandemic and even before the pandemic, persons are finding it hard to find a good meal. And one of the things that, when you go back to education, is that it has shown that children who have a hot meal or have breakfast in the morning tend to perform better. And so one of the things we wanted to do this year was to provide breakfast for our young darlings, and we were able to do it so effectively at the Ridgeland Primary School, where one of our members is the principal there. Samantha Anderson is the new principal there. And so she allowed us to come in. We were able to provide the regular new Bahamian breakfast of tuna and grits with a drink. You either had water or a drink to go with it. And we are so grateful for her allowing us to come on her premises, and to do that type of service. And so it was only fitting to name it the Dolores Smith Spoons of Love, because again, this is Charter Day. Dolores Smith will always be known as one of our charter members, and every year we celebrate them in whatever way, depending on whatever it is or how we feel or whatever the trend is, we will celebrate our charter members.
Absolutely. Producer, I will play another song if y'all don't mind, and then I got a list of fraternities and sororities I want to read through. I didn't know we had such a large presence, even outside of the Divine Nine, such a large presence of Greek sororities and fraternities in the Bahamas. We're going to play a little song. I want to highlight Bahamian women musicians in this show. This song is I'm So Proud by Diana Hamilton. Most of y'all haven't heard this before.
Seem to be stuck on the moon, and all day I was messing up this way.
Now some of these were doing
That way. Trop d'argent ne me comble pas. Souci, oh là là. Trop de mots ne me soulage pas. Penser, blah blah blah. Monday, I'm out of tune. Tuesday, je suis dans la lune. And I was proud that you recognized my love. And I was proud that you recognized my love. Et je suis fière que tu connaisses l'amour. And I was proud that you recognize my love.
That's I'm so proud. I like that line. I like those lines right there. I'm so proud that you recognize my love, right? And sometimes that's all it takes for students, for young people, that the thing that clicks is recognition, right? That when we realize that, recognize the effort that we're putting into it, right? Because sometimes we don't know what people's baseline is. We don't know what people wake up with in the morning. So we don't know how much effort they're actually putting in to get into the day, to get through the day. And for young people, that the recognition, like you said, I'm so proud, right? And I'm so glad that you recognize my love.
Yes.
And young people need that. And institutions like that, like this, help to reinforce that. But guess what? It's not just young people that need that.
No.
We need that. Adults need that. Professionals need that. And being a part of sororities, of institutions, of families like this, provide an environment where you could turn left, right, or center, right? And look at someone and say, hey, I am so glad that you recognize my love for this institution, my love for other people like me, my love for self. Really empowering. I just want to say one of my callers yesterday suggested that I can't see nothing positive. And I just want to say, no, I do see it, and I wanted to take the time today to focus on something positive.
Yeah. And Erin, you are so right. I always say it's easy to just say thank you to somebody who've done something for you. You don't have to do a big shebang about it. When people offer their time, their talents, their treasures, when they have the love for something or want to make sure that something is done correctly or that it's even done, a simple thank you People have to learn how to humble themselves in order just to say thank you, and listen, my sisters, I could tell them, I always tell them thank you. And if I will say something like my father used to say to us, if I haven't told you that I love you lately, I do, my sisters. But not only that, I want to thank each and every one of you. All of my sisters, they have worked hours upon hours upon hours from at this time. We started our road to 60, and we have been just moving forward. I can't thank them enough. Like I told the booklet committee, I can't pay them for the work that they have done in putting that booklet together. We could never pay them.
Yeah.
But their love for this organization, their dedication, their time, their commitment to making sure that the booklet was done, and they're right on the cap of finishing, And so, I publicly thank each and every one of them. If I try to call names, Erin, I will get in trouble. But those ladies know who they are. And before the end of the show, I might pop out a couple and then get the twinkle later.
We got 2 minutes left.
Okay.
I'm hoping maybe we could get Mr. Nuri. Let this man. Maybe I could. In fact, producer, I want you take us out with that song, Melody.
Yeah.
In any one of them, surprise me. But to our guests in the Zoom room, a last word.
Ms. Conliffe. Go ahead, Ms. Nordich.
I just wanted to say thank you for having us on the show. And, Tira mentioned that, how important it is to say thank you.
Yes.
So I have a big debt of gratitude to those who assisted with getting the booklet together, and also to my sisters who have been a listening ear and who have supported me since I've been initiated into this chapter. And I don't think that we recognize enough how important sisterhood has been in getting the work done and serving the Bahamian community. So to the more seasoned sisters, to the more recent sisters, and to all of the members of the chapter, there's a huge thank you, because I've always wanted to be a member of this sorority. My father is a charter member of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity chapter in the Bahamas. So from very young, I was introduced to Greek life. So this has always been important to me. So thank you so much to the Eta Psi Omega chapter for existing, for being chartered, and thank you to my sorority sisters for their support.
Absolutely.
I just want to mention, Erin, thank you so much for having us on the show today. Thank you all for listening, Bahamas, and for the continued support of Eta Psi Omega. Being a charter member of the Talanu chapter at the University of the Bahamas, Eta Psi Omega is why we exist. And so the 60 years of Eta Psi Omega is important, not just Eta Psi Omega in the Bahamas, but especially important to Talanu. And, they have groomed us and matured us and helped us to become where we are today. And being in the chapter now, that it's an opportunity. You see the growth and being able to put back into the community what has been put into us in programs such as our Jams and Honors Day. It's been a pleasure and a blessing to be able to lead the way for those coming behind. And so, just want to say thank you. Thank you once again, Erin, for having us on. And we are so 60, and we look forward to another 60 more. Happy Charterversary, Eta Psi Omega.
Absolutely. Beneficiary of a culture of appreciation of education. So I want to do my part to ensure that we sustain that and grow that. Ms. Hannah Sweeting?
Yeah, and the last thing I want to say, Erin, is that on behalf of the 60th Anniversary Charter Day Committee, I want to thank our president, Margot Adderley, for allowing us to serve in this capacity, because she chose us, and then we executed, and we want to thank her. This is her last term in office from a 2-year term. So in December, she will be demitting office, and our first vice president, Felicia Ferguson, will be the next president for the next 2 years. She was supposed to join us, but she's traveling, so she was on the Zoom for a moment. But but I just want to thank Margot for allowing us to serve Alpha Kappa Alpha, especially the Eta Psi Omega chapter.
Without a doubt. Producer, as we go out, hold on, I don't know which one to play. I don't know if we should play Rush Out by Vividly Val or Take My Oath to the Billy Goat by Melody. Play Take Goat by Melody. I had a list of women performers today. You could start the music. Nishi LS, Dita Entertainer, Erica Lightborn, Mama D, Cami, Vividly Val, Diana Hamilton on our list. Now, just as we go out, I'm gonna take my oath to the Billy Goat with Miss Hannah Sweeting. Use a Hannah, and I's a Hasty, and we got something big coming up.
We surely do, Erin. At that HHT connection, Hannah Hasty time.
Yes.
We have our 2024 family reunion. Woohoo!
Coming up in August.
Coming up.
And to prepare you for that
Next year, August, yes.
Next year, August. To prepare you for that, we having a little grill and chill out.
We having a grill and chill on October the 8th. Sunday, October the 8th.
Yes.
At Coral Harbor. So my HHT family, reach out to us and we'll let you know where it is. It's open to all family members. Listen here, we on the road. So I'm switching hats now. We on the road to reunion for 2020. All hands on deck. This us now.
Listen, I take in my oath to the Billy Goat, and then I take in the Billy Goat to the grill. You guys have a wonderful day. Alpha Kappa Alpha, Eta Psi Omega Chapter Incorporated. Thank you for the work that you have done and are doing in reinforcing the culture of appreciation for education in the Bahamas. Sisterhood, sorority life, fraternity life, servitude.
Sisterhood, service, and scholarship.
There you go,
SSS. That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you,
pleasure.
producer. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you to Rap Arnold Wilson for bringing me an avocado the size of my head. I swear, now I got to take the oath to the Billy Goat. Y'all have a great day.
Awesome. They are.
Cause everyone are having fun, I inside doing food. It's not your fitness boy, the finest thing around. He held me so close like he planned on doing harm. One thing led to another, I had to stop this guy.